Welcome to Bee's Travelogue, episode 25 in Gwangju. Early on Saturday morning, I took the bus from Gwangju Bus Terminal to Gwangju. My first impression were those two tall towers and these beautiful camellia blossoms. I did not know much about Gwangju when I first arrived. I was happy to see Weonhyo when I walked along the main road eastward. I passed this movie theater, a mall, and these very Korean decorations. I was heading to an area on the map that looked exactly like the one in Mokpo. The local streets, narrow streets, small houses, and street art. This was Cheongchun Balsan village. This was a famous Korean athlete who had grown up in Gwangju. Here's a dedication to J-Hope of BTS, who was also born in Gwangju. Pause the video and count the cats. In this area, almost every building was painted in unique colors. There was artwork everywhere and interesting stairs, and the view over the eastern part of Gwangju was also very beautiful. This blue building had what looked like shoes filled with faces. The kids here on the wall were sliding down the banister. Here are the typical Korean-style apartment buildings. The painting on this house made me wonder if it was referring to a specific Korean drama. Everywhere were paintings and three-dimensional art and beautiful views of the city. First blossoms were opening up in shielded locations. Of course, Japan is famous for its cherry blossoms, but so is Korea. So I was starting to look out for signs of spring. I loved all the colors and designs and creativity in this part of Gwangju. I had worked my way down several staircases and had reached the bottom of this artful hill. I was on my way to find a bus stop because my next plan was to go into the mountains and see if I could climb the high mountain next to Gwangju. I walked through these painted streets, saw several beautiful gates and doors, and finally found a bus stop. I waited for several minutes until the bus took me up a very windy road to this bus terminal. I didn't really know where to start the hiking trail, but I met this Korean man who said, "I'll show you," and I followed him. I was trying to figure out how long the hike might take. The mountain looked much higher close up than I had anticipated, and I didn't know if spending several hours climbing a mountain was the wisest use of my time. The man was so kind, he offered to share his tea and snacks with me, but I decided to head back down by myself. I explored the area around the trailhead a little bit. Because it was March, there weren't too many people there. The restaurants weren't closed, but they didn't really seem open either. I had seen a temple on the map before, so I headed in that direction. I was not the only person exploring Weonhyo, the mountain temple overlooking Mudeungsan. There were several statues and many buildings to explore. It was very interesting and provided a beautiful view over the valley and the mountain. As with most Buddhist temples, just being here, walking around, hearing the chanting was very peaceful. I am not really religious and not Buddhist, but I always feel very relaxed and at peace when I'm walking around these buildings. And I love taking pictures of the paintings and the statues and the views. I had taken a photo of the bus departure times before I left the bus stop, which I recommend you do, and then took the bus back down. However, I stopped along the way because I really wanted to have a view of the city. Here is a beautiful view of Gwangju looking westward from the overlook near the foot of Mudeungsan. I was getting hungry, so my next stop after boarding the bus again was downtown Gwangju and the shopping center. I walked by a Kentucky Fried Chicken and stopped for a very nice lunch. I then discovered they have a K-pop star street and walked into that one to see if I could find anybody that I recognized. I am more of a K-drama fan than a K-pop fan, so really I didn't know too many of the names here. From the shopping street area, I walked north and eastward to look for Democracy Square. Gwangju is famous for its student-led uprising against a military dictator in 1980. Democracy Square is where a lot of the protesters met. Everything started on May 17th, 1980. The clashes between the protesters and the military turned very violent very quickly. I recommend watching a K-drama called Youth of May to get a sense of what happened in 1980. The military entered Gwangju in full force with tanks and helicopters and started arresting and shooting civilians. The people of Gwangju and really all of Korea started to rally behind the protesters, and this eventually led to democracy in South Korea. The square was still under construction, so a lot of the information was just provided in photos along a construction fence. I walked northward across this bridge and then down into the Asia Cultural Center. Here there were more statues of a creepy hand, a butterfly, these snails. There were families walking around. I had wanted to see an area called Gwangju Castle, but I was getting really tired. So after seeing this beautiful park with more signs of spring, I was walking in the direction of my hotel. Since my vacation in Spain in 2021 with my kids, I had started to like renting Airbnbs. But for some reason, in Gwangju, I decided to book a hotel. That turned out to be a big mistake. Even though my floor of the building said hotel on the rooms, the floor above and the floor below said motel, and the whole place had more of a red light district feel to it. Nevertheless, after a short afternoon rest, I headed back out to see Gwangju at nighttime. By March, I had already decided that I wasn't going to stay in Korea for more than 1 year. I wasn't going to get enough vacation to spend time with my children, and that just was not acceptable. So every place that I visited, I felt like it might be my one and only time seeing it, especially at a particular season or time of day. So I always wanted to make the most of it. I left my hotel and explored Penguin Village, which at nighttime was almost completely empty. There was another couple walking around the empty streets, and it was a little bit eerie and spooky, but also sort of fun. I then went into a more historic Hanok Village area and saw a tower in the distance with laser lights that I wanted to see. On my Google map, I tried to find the closest way to get there, but that turned out to be a dead end and a long detour. I was really tired and just wanted to go home, but I did not let myself be deterred and continued past this bagel shop and this church until I found the tower. The tower turned out to be Sajik Observatory and was completely free to go up. The view of the city at night was breathtaking. Below were the colorful lights of Sajik Gardens. I could see Mudeungsan in the distance. Despite all the light pollution and especially the laser lights above me, it was a clear night sky and I could see all the stars. I could even make out Orion, my favorite constellation. There were other people up on the observatory looking out over the city. I stayed to watch the colorful light show on the ground and to see the colors change on the observatory itself. Then it was finally time to head back to my hotel. It was around 9:30 at night and I hadn't eaten dinner yet. On the way home, I stopped at a Paris Baguette, one of the bakery cafe chains in South Korea that's pretty much everywhere, and had a salad for dinner. Please join me for my second day in Gwangju, and thanks for watching.